my channel. Ta-da! This is the look we're doing today. This is a vampire-inspired, sexy, sultry, awesome vampire look. A fan of mine, Jenny, emailed me and she was like, hey, I have this vampire-themed birthday party to go to and I have no freaking clue what to do. So I would love it if you could make a tutorial on a vampire look. So I did some Googling for some inspiration of my own, even though I kind of look like a vampire troll every day. I totally kind of have it down, but I decided to go a little crazier with this one. And this look is not including blood. I saw a lot of blood on Google and I just think that's a little cheesy. It's not Halloween, so I wanted to do a wearable sexy vampire look. This is pre-blood sucking sexiness going on right here. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh, hey there, friends. All right, we're gonna get started. First, I should probably take out my Invisalign. I have to do that every time I eat at a restaurant. Imagine that. You know how sexy that is? Everyone's looking over what the fuck is she doing? All right, I'm gonna take my little clippies here. We're gonna pin my super greaseball hair back right now so it's not in my face. First things first, I'm going to moisturize my face. I have absolutely no makeup on right now. I am using my PLUR makeup primer. This is gonna go on top of the moisturizer. It looks like this. Put a dime-sized amount on here. This is going to go all over, under the eyes, on top of the eyes. I'm going in with my NC15 Studio Finish Concealer by MAC. I will be switching to NARS when this is all gone. I'm going with a lighter color than I usually use because we are doing a vampire-inspired look, meaning your skin should be pale, right? So if you have a concealer and foundation combination that is lighter than your normal, then I would go with that one. Lots of extra covering right now because I'm about to be on the rag. Next, I'm using my Beauty Blender and my Studio Fix Fluid NC15 by MAC. If you don't have a gigantic frickin' neck tattoo, you want to pull your foundation down onto your neck and possibly way down here if you're using a super light color. Next, I'm taking my Laura Mercier brightening powder and this little no-name brush. I'm also gonna take this brightening powder and put it all over my face because it is brightening powder. So it is white and it's going to make my skin tone look a little more pale, if that's even possible. And it's also gonna set the foundation. I'm gonna do my eyebrows not super colorful right now. I just don't want the attention to be on my eyebrows today. I'm taking Blackberry by MAC. I also have a brow video using this color. If you wanna check that out, it's in the description box below. Now I'm taking this Artist Eyeshadow by Makeup Forever. It's this purple, no name, there's no name on the back of it, for the outer edge of my brow. This is a Post-it thingy. I literally just figured this one out. This is gonna be way easier than tape. What you're gonna wanna do to place this is put this on there as if it were your continued lash line. I'm gonna do it a little bit below the lash line though because I'm gonna smoke out underneath too. This is super attractive. I'm gonna go ahead and do my underbrow highlight. I'm gonna be using Gesso by MAC with this little flat brush here. I tend to like my vampire look very matte and not very shimmery on the eyes. So if you like shimmer, go ahead and use a shimmery white here. This hardly shows up on my skin because I'm already so pale. If you do 700 layers, maybe it'll show up. That's what I do. So the white Gesso is not showing up as much as I want it to for this look. We're gonna go in with Obsessive Compulsive. This is their feathered one. I'm just gonna draw a little line here. It doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna blend it out in a minute. Just feathering it downwards a little bit. Winning. I'm gonna go back in with my little brush and my Gesso, pat this on there, and then drag downwards to blend it in. Now that the white is as dramatic as I like it, I'm gonna go back in with the Laura Mercier white powder. I'm gonna load a ton of it on my brush here, and I'm just going to set this underneath my eye. This is because when you're doing a sultry, heavy look, you kind of get a lot of fallout because you're depositing a lot of color there to make sure that it's super dark and saturated. This will save you some cleanup time at the end and you can just wipe it away. Do not inhale. Now moving on to something super exciting, colors, yay! This is ME744 by Makeup Forever. Is there just like no cool names for their colors? Just, I don't know, it's just, there it is. That's what we're using. We're going to be doing a dark on the lid, fading upwards to this bright color. So this is what we're gonna put on first to create kind of like a sunset effect, but in our case, like an Armageddon look. Some random no-name brush right here. We're gonna start with this one. This is gonna be the top color of our Armageddon sunset. And I'm not too worried about blending this properly or nicely right now because I'm gonna do that after. I just wanna deposit the color right now. Make sure you get it in your inner corner here. Stay down. No need to bring this all the way down here either because we're gonna put other colors there. Just make sure it's down far enough to be able to blend it into the next color we're gonna do. I'd like this one a little brighter and I don't have any water near me, so I'm gonna use my tea because I'm finished with it. There's water in there. That's gonna work right now. You can use eye drops to intensify the color or use water or dip it in tea, whatever. Making it work here. And this is gonna make it a lot brighter. I'm gonna blend this out. I'm just blending the top line out here because I really wanna keep the intense color. Now I'm taking a Makeup Geek Soft Dome brush and I am just re-going over this. We buffed out the top line and I just really want to make sure it is blended. Now I'm taking that same purple by Makeup Forever that I used on my brows and that same little brush that we used to blend out, and I'm packing some of that on there, and this is going to be our next color in the Armageddon sunset here. I'm just adding this kind of just above the crease to make sure that you can still see enough of the orange color, but there's enough room to be blending and then adding our final color on the lid. And I'm gonna take it down into my crease. And I'm gonna leave that line really harsh right now because we're gonna blend it out later. If you don't have a purple, you could use like a brown right here or like a reddish brown would be fine. Taking this kind of into my crease and on my eyelid a little bit. Cleaning off that brush now, I'm gonna go back and blend this purple out. I'm adding a little more of the orange on here while I'm blending this out. Now I am going to prep my lid. This is a gel liner, black by PLUR, and it comes with a little brush thingy on there. I'm gonna put this all over my eyelid. You can kind of like stipple this up into your crease a tiny little bit. You wanna be able to put the your black eyeshadow on there before it totally sets. I'm using Blackout by Urban Decay. I'm gonna use the tip of this and really work it in the crease. And you're gonna lightly blend this up. And I'm gonna go back in there and add a little bit more of this purple. This wasn't quite purpley enough for me, so I'm taking a Plum by PLUR, which has a little bit of glitter in it, and I'm adding it to that same brush. I'm just gonna dust a little bit over that area. Now just so that shimmer doesn't take over the black, I'm going to go in with some more Blackout and just blend it in. Now I'm gonna pull these off. Sometimes these things work and sometimes they don't, and you gotta do some cleanup here. Kind of uneven over here. Next, we're going back to the gel liner by PLUR, and I'm going to line my waterline. Bring that in to your inner corner here. Going back to the orange and using this little brush here, we're going to put this on the bottom. Same method as before. Color that you're fading out to first. You can make this as wide of a circle here as you want. It all depends on how dramatic you want to make it. I'm just gonna blend this. Next, I'm gonna take this small little brush and I'm gonna go back in with the Makeup Forever purple and put that closer to my lash line. This one I'm gonna work into my lash line a little bit more than the last. Kind of take it all the way in, but thinning it out as it gets up here towards your tear duct. I'm taking, this is Tarred by Obsessive Compulsive, and I'm just working this into my lash line. I'm also going to be adding this up here because then when I blink, this liner won't stick to the top. Taking this guy and I'm going to wipe away all this powder, and I'm gonna use this to kind of blend out that orange whatever that I got a little crazy with up here. I'm gonna go in with this little brush in Blacktrack by MAC, just like lining up here because it makes me feel better, because I usually do that, just to ensure that there is no normal skin tone showing through there. And I'm also going to intensify this down here. So where my lash line is, I'm gonna continue that up. I'm doing a little cat eye and just reinforcing this and following it up. Going back in with my concealer and my concealer brush to fix this line that I just totally effed up. I'm going to make the liner extend out this way a little bit to give the effect of a more sleek cat eye. I'm gonna put on some mascara, which is their Real by Benefit, and I'm gonna use these Eyelure Dramatic Lashes. I've never used these before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do the mascara on the top and the bottom this time. Unfortunately, I just recorded a little bit of the start of my contour and my microphone wasn't plugged in. Super genius. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you what I just did. I broke like my third eyeshadow of the day. It's down here in pieces. It's by PLUR. It's Beach Sand Bronzer. I took this wide MAC brush and kind of did like a diffused contour here. Put your brush there, stop it about right there. You don't want the contouring to go past that line there. So push harder up here and then lighter as you get down here to feather it out. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more right now. And some up here. Don't do too much here if your bronzer's really like shiny and shimmery. This one really isn't, it's awesome. So I'm gonna do a little bit on my jawline here to just really make it chiseled and awesome. When I think of like a sexy vampire, I think of like super chiseled and pointy features and just like super sexual. Going back to this Blackberry by MAC, this is what I used in my eyebrows, and I'm using this round 109 brush by MAC. This is more precision contouring now with a smaller one. And I put it on there pretty good here, and then I lightly do circles to kind of blend it in. Make sure you continue it all the way up into the hairline here, because we want this to look as natural as possible. And if it were natural, it would go all the way up here. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this and define my jawline even more. Sometimes I get a little bit of a double chin, so I'm kind of pulling this inward here and back to kind of shadow it. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and shade right here because I know I'm gonna want my lips to look big, and this shadow gives the illusion that your lip is a little bigger and poutier. Don't get crazy with it though, or you're gonna look like you have a little soul patch. And that is not sexy on a girl, so I mean, depending on what you're going for. This is 3 Times a Charm by Hard Candy. I'm gonna use this one right here. I'm sure you've seen me use this before. I pretty much use it all the time. So this is gonna take the place of blush today. It's gonna go right on the high point of the cheekbone. It's also gonna go on my nose, chin. That was too much. A couple dabs above my eyebrows. If you tend to have an oily face, I would stay away from adding highlighter up here or here and do less of it everywhere. Now we're gonna move on to lips. I'm gonna give you 2 options for lips. Some people don't really like to wear like heavy lipstick. This is how I would prep for lipstick or the first nude look that I'm gonna do. I'm adding some foundation onto my lips. This prevents the lipstick from wearing off super fast or bleeding. Taking the brightening powder from Mercier, just putting a little bit over the top. I'm taking Myth by MAC. This is a nude lipstick. I love this lipstick, but I'm switching to all vegan products and cruelty-free, so I'm gonna have to find a new one. If you guys know of one that is from and by a cruelty-free company, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to know what it is. Now I have very small lips, so I'm gonna go in here and line and make them look a little larger. This is Oak Liner by MAC. It is super old and almost gone, but I'm going to lightly use this. If you push too hard, it'll be a little too dark, so I'm just gonna kind of lightly line my lips. I blend this in a little bit by doing this, just lightly kind of mixing it in with the lipstick. So this is the first look. If you wanna, first lip look, if you wanna do this with the whole vampire look, it kind of looks like sexy and dead looking. So this is a nude lip. It goes great with this whole eyeshadow look. For this lip look, I'm gonna start off with a Brick Liner by MAC and just kind of like line my entire lips. I'm using True Red by PLUR, and I'm putting just kind of in the center here. Then I'm taking, this is Vino by MAC, and I don't have the matching lipstick right now, so we're just gonna use this as lipstick. You can do this all the way to the inner corner. I'm gonna add a little more of this to the center. Now that we're finished with the lips, I'm gonna go in with my concealer brush and my concealer and clean up the edges. And I am all finished with my look. I've got my super vampy hat on here. It's kind of more like a witch hat, but fuck it, it's black, so it's gonna work. Jenny, I hope you found this tutorial useful for your vampire themed birthday party that you're going to, and I hope everyone else liked it too. So that is it for today, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to grab a cocktail. Bye. It's hot in here. Oh. This fly is flying around. It's so driving me nuts. Ugh.